Okay, the next game in our series of decisive games of the second half is Sindarov, Praggnanandhaa. Unfortunately, a lot of these games are Praggnanandhaa games, and he's not winning them. This game was all theory until it wasn't. Both sides played 1 billion moves of prep, then Praggnanandhaa was out of prep, then Praggnanandhaa played badly. Not Praggnanandhaa's best event. As I said in an earlier game, Pragg won the first round against Giri, and then that was it. Then Pragg didn't win any other games, and Giri didn't lose any other games. No, Fabi's washed. Yeah, he's done. This is Fabi and Karu's last candidates. It's going to be 20-year-olds from now on, or younger. Okay, so Sindarov's white. They played a line I don't know, but it's all theory. It's all prep. I don't know either side of this line. I've never had white or black in this variation. But it's all prep. Black sacrifices a pawn and says, haha, your bishop's trapped. And then white says, no, it's not. And black, not learning from the previous games, played f6. Although it's still prep. So now black's going to win a piece, but black's king is no good. The game's too exciting, so the arbiter stopped the game. It wasn't exciting for the players, because they already knew all of this. This is just their prep. Okay, still prep. The engine says it's all zeros. The engine is not impressed either. It says this is boring, it's all zeros, and if you don't know the theory, then it's really exciting, because look how exciting it is. Okay, takes is forced, takes is forced, f4 is forced. And the engine says all zeros, and not only that, it says every move is all zeros. King g7 is all zeros, h3 is all zeros. Now, white's position looks great. The only negative of white's position is he's down a bishop. Otherwise, white's position looks great. But it's worth a bishop. It's exactly equal according to the engine. Okay, h3, that must have been the first move out of prep, because you can see Praggnanandhaa has an hour 47, and he thought over 20 minutes on h3. The engine says h3 is fine. Rook d1. It says all zeros. g3. And in this position, the engine wants to castle, but Sindarov is out of prep also. Now, in my opinion, which doesn't matter, but it's my opinion, this position's easier to play for white. White's moves are more obvious than black's. White's going to castle. White's going to push his kingside pawns. White's going to attack black's king. I'm not sure what black should do. Okay? And in this position, the engine says black should play bishop d7 or bishop g4, developing the bishop. Praggnanandhaa took on f4, which the engine says is okay. White castled. It's still all zeros. And in this position, again, it says every move is all zeros. Praggnanandhaa made one of those moves. Rook h6. Rook takes f4 check. King g8. The engine slightly prefers king g7, but says this is fine. And then after rook f1, in this position, black made double question mark move, losing the game. Basically lost the game in one move. The engine says the only move that doesn't lose is bishop e6. Then it says white's slightly better. It says if black does anything else, black's losing. And the reason black is worse now is king g8 wasn't as good as king g7. So the engine now likes white, because black made one mistake, king g8. That was like the only mistake black made. He played bishop d7, double question mark, and that loses the game immediately. Now white can win this bishop by playing rook f7, which is what he played. And the engine says black resigns. I'm sure Praggnanandhaa saw rook f7. I'm sure he saw this. I'm sure he saw this, attacking his king and rook. I'm sure he saw this. And now you can't save your bishop. You're in check. You got two ways to save your rook, rook g6 or king h7, and they both lose the bishop. That position's winning for white. It looks terrible for black. White has passed pawns everywhere, and black's losing a bishop, because in this position, black's up a bishop. And in this position, material's equal, white's won a bishop, and then white was winning. So bishop d7 is a terrible blunder, because Praggnanandhaa is too strong to miss queen f4 check, queen g5 check, and queen e7 check. He's too good for that. If you guys missed it at home, that's a lot of moves ahead. You know, you made a mistake. Praggnanandhaa's too good for that. That's why I'm saying he's having a bad tournament. He's playing worse than he usually does. Bishop d7 is a big blunder for somebody of Praggnanandhaa's strength. For you guys, it's just normal, you know, you hang a bishop, it happens all the time. Bishop takes, gifted a sub. Thank you. Okay, so black's only hope is to trap white's king. So he played rook f8, and he's like, your king can never move. And if you ever play e6, I'll play rook f6 and rook f1 mate. So black has chances to draw because white can't move his king. But white has a lot of passed pawns. White has a lot of extra pawns. Okay, so he gives him a check. Black can't do anything. White can't do anything. Eventually, white plays e6. Otherwise, black's going to try to get his rook to f1. In this position, the engine takes on e6, which is what I would do. But it still says that white's winning after queen check and queen takes b7 with the passed a pawn. Okay, and he gets the h pawn, giving away his e pawn. Now the king can move. White has 3 passed pawns. What else? And there's nothing black can do because white has too many passed pawns. All the king and pawn endings are winning for white. Got too many passed pawns. Okay, and black resigned. The engine says +10. You're losing your c pawn now. Three passed pawns up for nothing. So that game was basically a one-move game. Praggnanandhaa was about equal, played bishop d7, double question mark, and was completely lost, and just lost without any fight afterwards. Good technique by Sindarov. Yeah, when somebody's having a bad tournament, giving them a complicated position like that, where they're a piece up with an open king and you have passed pawns, it's likely they're going to make mistakes because they're not having a good tournament. They're not playing well. So Sindarov got a position the engine said was equal, but it was hard to play for both sides. Sindarov's playing well this tournament, Praggnanandhaa's not, and that's what happened this game. Why didn't black take on e4? Was there a fork? Yeah, every time you could take on e4, there was a fork. Like if you play rook takes e4, I play check and take. If you play rook takes e4, I check and take. Same thing. Yeah, now you can't take on e4. So the answer to your question is yes. Prediction on the candidates, I predict Sindarov will win. The women's candidates, I don't know. Anybody could win. Sindarov's girlfriend's probably going to win. Oh, snap. Prediction for candidates 2028, it's between Arjun and Praggnanandhaa. Long is banned. $20.46, Feingold wins. If you guys like to place bets, I'm not saying you do. If you do, bet on Gukesh, because the betting markets have Gukesh as a 2-1 underdog, which is absurd. Sindarov is probably a slight favorite. A 2-1 is ridiculous. 2028, I'm going to fly out and visit Nakamura in the old folks home, of which I'm a resident. Yeah, the markets have Gukesh as a 2-1 underdog. Bet money on Gukesh. Gukesh is like a slight underdog. Maybe.